All
Yeah,
good.
it was a busy morning. I had several calls and lives and back to back. So I'm like, I need to eat. All right.
Yes.
So super excited to see you next month.
Yes, I know. Not long now.
I know it. All right. So what are we working on? Because I know last time we did speak, you had already gotten the scripts and all that stuff. Had you started?
So I've started with the script outline and filled bits of that in. I'm still, struggling a little bit of mainly where I came from and the problems that I'm facing and how to word that.
Yeah. Okay. So this is always like a critical point of what is our point? Like, what are we, like, what does our audience need to hear so that it connects to them and it makes sense? So for you, I believe you shared this with me, but correct me if I'm wrong. You don't have children, right?
No.
And was there a problem for you to have kids? Is that also why, or no?
So I'm a foster carer.
Foster care. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. I knew there was one, because that's a very big situation, right? One day I realized that I wasn't going to have children, but I wanted to be able to help other kids and foster them so they could have homes. That in itself is like this is why I'm doing this kind of moment, because we have that like breaking moment. Some people have stressful moments where it's like, what am I going to do with my life? And then here's my hero's journey. Ta-da, now I've done this, right? So for you, was there a breaking moment or a come to kind of Jesus moment of like, oh my goodness, I want to create next gen, because of the situations that you've been in and you're fostering?
I think fostering, but also the teaching and just seeing, I guess the relationships with kids and their parents, and how impactful they could be. And I guess with the whole increase in youth suicide, that's kind of been a big point of we're missing something.
Yeah.
If kids are not feeling like
so for you specifically then, instead of it being really about your personal side of your story, it's more of your, right, that breaking point of, because you're a teacher now, correct? You were. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Right? So you can say, I've been a teacher for, 10 some years, and I've witnessed children with broken homes, and I've seen the relationship, changes where kids don't have the support or they don't have the family support that they need. What happens to them? Suicides are at its heights right now. So I had this breaking moment where I thought, how could what I know from being a teacher into now what I know from being a foster parent, how can we create a program, right, that these kids can be part of?
Cool. Yeah.
Because that's then now part of that grander picture of what was your big breaking point.
Yeah.
Right? Because you became aware of so many different things, and now this is why you did what you did.
Yeah. That's makes more sense in my mind.
Yeah, because then it helps with your transition as well, right? Why you're doing it. And then it's like, wow, okay, this is exactly why I'm doing it. And then that allows people to connect and go, wow, okay. So she was a teacher, she saw things, she's a foster parent, and then saw what happens to children that don't have supportive families or a support system as a foster mother.
Yeah.
And now you're taking all that knowledge and putting it into your program. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
Are you going to have part of the foster, that network or that type of group? Are they going to be part of Next Gen?
Yes, I think still a bit unsure at this stage of how that looks. But I'd love we've just launched our 2-day camp. So even down the track of like permanent carers to bring along them and the child in there as well. And once we launch like the school program, looking at maybe can we do something similar for foster carers or fosters.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing if you actually think about it, because it's if you are now creating the space for carers to be educated and deal with children that have because I'm sure there's got to be some difficulties, and there may be programs already, but this could now become a long-term caring project, and then those kind of people that are similar to you could become now part of your extension to your program. They could have their own little camps and such as that, right? Is that what your plan is? Like, kind of license it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought that side of it, but yes, definitely could be something to consider.
Right? Because if you think about it, that's what you came from, and then you have the program itself, but then let's say you then, as an ascension to what you're doing, you then bring carers in, teach them what you do, and then allow them to take. That's where skills start. Yeah. And then of course you touch more lives, right?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Awesome. What else we got?
So do you want me to send through what I've got so far? All right. What's the best way to do that? Email or just the messenger?
Messenger tends to be an easy read right off the top. Unless it might be easier if you'd like to just read it so I can hear it, and then, pop in some gaps.
Okay. So the introduce yourself. I've got, hi, I'm Alice Simons, founder of NextGen. This is what I do. And I'll just make my screen a little larger so I can read it all. So I foster and nurture the skills and tools in children to pursue their visions and goals with confidence and success. And I instill the skills to strengthen the relationship between parents and their children.
Okay.
And then the where I came from, this is what I got.
Yeah.
Kind of what got me to that point. So, So I was teaching full time, but then I couldn't quite work out the link between teaching full time and
the transition. Okay, so what I think would be really strong is, instead of introducing yourself right off the front, want to add your name, your introduction in, like, after the opener. And an opener is really strong with either an I believe statement.
Yep.
Or, let's see, because you could do, I believe that all children deserve a, stable family home, or I believe all children deserve to feel comfortable as they're growing up, or to have a support or family to support them. Like, you could give a really strong value, brand, soul statement from the start that NextGen really stands for, because by doing that, you really you capture their, oh, okay, I believe that too. Like, why, when somebody tells you what they believe in, like, oh, I believe in that too. Or if they don't, they're gone. But it allows you to really connect, right? So I would add in an I believe statement, right? And you even could be a few I believe statements in the beginning. And then you'll go, I believe that children should have a stable, secure family household growing up. I believe that but we'll get that part. So that should be an I believe. And then from I believe, it can be, I know, because I was, let me see, hold on. Let's get this, because we have all the components and we want to put them together. But for yours, I want it to be so connected in the beginning. Less of, my name is Alice, I'm a teacher, I do this, right?
Yeah.
You have that part's necessary, but we'll massage the words so they really, really work. So let me just think about if I was watching it and it's you as an opener, and then it would be children, but they would be different colored children, probably. Like, we can use Indonesian kids, Hanalei, right? Because you're a foster parent. It has to show the difference. I believe all children, so all children is really going to be necessary. I believe all children deserve to have a secure and
secure and supportive network.
Yeah, but network is business. Cut all, right? You got to take all, right? It is. It's very businessy. It's okay, but we will replace it. Yeah, like family, community. But if in the beginning, it should be about family. It should be more feeling about family. And then, so I've created Next Gen, a community, a network of parents, supporters, carers that, you know, help support and educate kids through the times of their life. They're growing, right? Their evolution of growth. And so, right? So you see what I mean? Like in the beginning, it's got to be about how families go, oh, wow. And then it's about this community that you've created. Okay. Yeah. So let's do, and again, once you send this, we'll do these and you'll kind of massage them and then send them, and then we'll start editing even more. Because once it's in your mind, you might add in more detail. All right. So you believe that all kids deserve this. I believe that not every child has to be raised by their biological families. Right? Is that important? Or is Next Gen kids also biological kids, right?
Also biological. So that's probably our main focus.
Correct. So that wouldn't be necessary. We'll use you as what you've learned, and that's why you've done it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I deserve that all children deserve a supportive and, safe, growing environment. But maybe that's not the heightened then of it, because it's more, is it about the parents or is it about the kids? So think about it.
Probably a bit of both. So it is the children, but it's also that the parents.
Yeah, because if we're trying to capture the attention of the adult that wants to put their kid in, if they're biological families, it needs to talk to them. It needs to say, because you are helping the parent. Kids go through, right, the changes and the evolution of a child growing up into teenage years can become challenging.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we're looking to help them go, geez. Yeah. So we create Next Gen, a way for parents to stay connected to their kids, to understand the stages that are going on in their child's life so that they can support them in their growth, to give them guidance, but don't tell them what to do. Like, right, say the things that the family's like, oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So so we want to have that, and that would be something at the bottom, like that they want to have a supportive environment. So then your I believe statement, then times are changing. Like, you don't write it yet, but let me just say this, because I'm now rethinking the direction of who we're talking to, right? Yeah. So it's going to be, times are changing. With the amount of social media coming at kids every day, the amount of information, the evolution of their growth, kids are getting older sooner, right? It could be like where parents are like, whoa, this is about my kid. It's so true, right? So it could be, times have changed. Kids are growing up so fast. Bullying, cyberbullying, because that's what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what echelon you're in. We even had a green school here, one of the most prestigious schools in Bali, and a very, very famous family. The kid's being bullied, and he's 14. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, you're in a prestigious school, right? So everyone has to be able to everyone's going to deal with it. We dealt with it with Hanalei. So I think that could be the right angle, right? Is the times are changing. How our children are growing up is changing.
Yeah.
Right? That's a power statement. How our children are growing up is changing. Yeah. Daily, they've got social media, they've got external influences, that they're dealing with pressures. Daily, they're dealing with pressures. Okay, yeah. This is recording, thank God. Right, so how our children are being brought up is changing. Daily, kids are dealing with pressures. How to, the words could be, they're dealing with social pressures, environmental pressures, being challenged every day to grow up faster than they should. Parents, so you see where I'm going with that one? Because now we want to get into the psyche of that parent. So like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So true. Yes. We want them to go, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So times are changing. How kids are being brought up is changing. They're dealing with peer pressure, cyberbullying, I think environmental pressures are just as, are similar. And they're growing up faster than they ever have before, like really and they're growing up faster than they ever have before. My name is Alice Simons. I'm the creator of Next Gen. Like, right? So you see how we got to get to that super, like, kind of gave me a little bit of goosebumps, because it's like we got to get someone wanting to listen, and then you introduce yourself. I'm the founder of Next Gen. I believe that children and parents can grow and evolve, because your word is evolve, right? That's our tagline. I believe that kids and parents can evolve together through this rapid growing, changing world. I know, because I've been a teacher for X amount of years. I've seen what happens to kids when these pressures coming at them and they don't share it with their parents, or the parents want to be so supportive that the kids are hiding behind their fears of trying to impress, or trying to not impress, but be the best they can be for their parent.
Yeah.
Right? So you're talking about you being as a teacher, you've seen it. And I've also been a foster parent for many years. And I can see the difficulties that kids have that may not have an ear to listen to, or a supportive family that can help guide them through this ever-changing, evolving world. Yeah. So I created Next Gen to do this, to help parents, to guide them, to give them, I don't know if it's an ear or a shoulder to cry on, or a shoulder to listen to, or an ear to listen to in the times are difficult. And for kids to have support in a community of other kids just like them that are learning about how to be socially responsible online, how to care for each other, how to stand up, take a stand for what they believe in. Is that kind of going in the direction that feels right to you?
That feels much better.
Yeah, right? So it's like, okay, parents, I got it. Changing world, pressures, the kids, oh my gosh, like we all have it. My name is Alice. I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've been there. Teacher, seen it. Foster parent, seen it. So I created to do this. And it's really I think the final is like what you really want parents to feel. So parents, it's either so that parents and kids can have this, and then it's because we as a society, and because this is a power statement, because our children are our futures. If we believe that our children are our futures, we've got to be there to support them and to know how to handle the ever-growing changes and the pressures that they're dealing with. So I want to invite you to reach out, come be part of the Next Gen community as a parent, as a child, so that we too can evolve together. I'm excited to meet you or join us at our next event, like something such as that can be a real connector. That's something that can be, the call to action will be wanted to be, that's something that can be used for a long time, right? Yeah. Does that kind of give you a little bit more organized clarity?
Yes.
The outlines are great, but again, we need the outlines so that we could see the details, and then we start massaging in between the words, right? Yeah. So let's see, what minute are we on? We're on about like minute 20 something, I think, that you could go, okay, I need to go to this minute to where kind of got the organization of it all. Yeah, because I think that'll be very powerful.
Yes. Because I was following the outline, and I think that's my issue, was I was just struggling to connect to it and how to make it work. So that's
yeah. You know what? That's a great feedback, because I didn't remind everyone yesterday that it's just a base, because most people don't even know where to start. Like they can't even get it out. And I can't give them the creative side of it without them having a base. So I'll let everyone know in that group, please remember, just go through the base. And then in between is when we start massaging the magic words and wordsmithing in between it, and get that creativity piece, you know, in there, because that's when I hear it, then I'm like, okay, now we can, you know, start massaging it.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. And then what we can do, once you like get this foundation, and then I'll go back through and I'll read it, and then I will restate it for you. Like I'll restate it so that it really, 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 really flows. And then we can get it rewritten. What we can do too, when I do that, sometimes I can have our team kind of just take my diction and then retype it. You know, that can also help, but a lot of times it helps you because it allows you to see the process of change, how the words change that made a bigger impact.
Yeah. Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah. How's everything else going? You're launching a camp. Great.
Yes. So it's going really well. We've just had a bit of a brainstorm of so we've got the camp, and then what else we can look at doing. So we're looking at building a 21-day academy. So basically we'll set up a whole lot of programs that parents can drop into for 21 days, covering all their different areas. So they could do that over a whole year, or as many times as they like. And they just drop into that whenever they're ready. So it's not
as a digital course
group, it's kind of an online course. So that then they have something throughout the whole year that they can pop in and out as they like.
That's going to be your best, because that'll be your front end sell, right? That'll be your front end. That's all your leads for all the events and things that you have as well.
Yeah.
And then of course it allows you to scale much bigger.
Yes.
You know, much bigger. Because then you can do some promo films, you know, where you're actually doing a promo that's, you know, join us at Next Gen. This film can be a great promo for something like that. I think this film would be probably one of the best, because it's very connected. And then it says, learn more about the Next Gen community. And then it's a sales page that says, you know, we have an incredible community with an online course for parents, kids, blah, blah, blah. Get access to the course, or ask us a question here. And then, you know, that just fills it. And, you know, we also do, you know, camps and such as that. I think that'll be really, really strong. Yeah.
And we're also going to build a Facebook community where so people can jump into that. We post content, bits and pieces, where they can connect with each other as well.
Have you started that as of yet?
No. So I've got I was given a book. I'm just trying to can't remember what it's called, but it's all about building a group.
And the reason why I asked that specifically is, what's that?
It's written by Julia Mann.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the name?
The Simple Influencer's Guide to Building an Online Tribe.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you know, I tell you, the best way to launch a course is to begin inviting people into a group early. I mean, you'll learn it from her. We all do very similar influential tribe development. And it's just getting them early when it's free.
Yeah.
And they're getting content, right? And you know, this is, come join us inside the Next Gen community. And then they're getting a bit of content each week, and they're sharing stuff. And then you say, you know, it's like your beta launch to the internal group.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really good way to launch a course or a product like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to be reading that, and my aim is to build that by the end of this year, so that that's up and running as well.
Awesome.
As the start of next year. And then
yeah, because when is your plan to launch?
So officially with the workshops, because we're going to do a workshop that sells into the camp starting next year. And we'll also launch the 21-day academy next year, because I'll need to record content and build that. So that will happen probably around February, I think, next year. And once all that's up and running, we'll be looking at a schools program as well, which will be another arm of Next Gen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I tell you, when in my course, if you haven't gone through the section of content development, it will really help you. It's so easy. Like literally, I'm getting ready to do a complete 30-day course. I'm going to film every one of the films within a day, because once you're organized with it, it's so easy. Like Hannah and I are finishing our Ensemble Kids course as well. And it's just having each, because I think each in the modules, I have one page. It's what's the video, what are the 3 points, what are your supplementals, and then you have them all written down in page. You just knock them all out.
Yep.
It makes it really easy to do it and very structured, so that you could get the course done a lot sooner than maybe you expected. Really just prepping it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Check that one out.
Yeah, because the content doesn't always, need to be so over in depth either. It's just enough, right? Yeah. That gets them no more than 8 minutes per module, like no more, because you'll just totally lose their attention. No one's has time for more than 8 minutes at this point.
That's
it. You just don't have to, yeah, that's great. That's good. Excellent. That'll be perfect timing then, because this film will be done, most likely before, maybe right after New Year's, just given the times of the holiday. And then you launch the film, and then you invite them either to, live Zoom or however you want to do it, or a webinar, whatever you end up doing your launch with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or live, even live.
Starting to take shape, which is really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Anything else that you really need to work on? Because I know this is a big one.
No, I think, this just getting the script was kind of started, and where to go with that was probably my big one of just feeling blocked. So this has definitely helped. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Larcy will give you this recording. Yeah. She'll give you the recording, and then just do the smooth over, and then send it, and then we'll start really tightening it up.
Cool. Excellent.
And if there's anything that comes up that you do have questions on, then certainly don't hesitate to ask.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay. We're good to go? Excellent. Video complete? Awesome. All righty then. Okay. Thank you, Larcy. Thanks, Vinny. I got to go fix this air conditioner. I'm dying. Get ready for hot volley.
Yes. Thanks.
All right, ladies.